think I kind of know them. So, like, for the 30 minutes, there were 30-second timeouts, we'll stay, but if they're full, we'll go out. All right, and we're coming up, and we'll try to go out, like, we'll come in, and we'll go out, like, for the answer.
Live from the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, you're watching women's basketball coverage exclusively right here on CSI Sportsnet. This afternoon, the College of Staten Island will look to bounce back from their loss on Wednesday night against Molloy College as they take on Mount St. Mary here in this Saturday matinee basketball contest. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Babuski here at the tank where the College of Staten Island is looking to bounce back off of a 67-55 loss earlier this week against Molloy College as the College of Staten Island came out in that first quarter and really played a strong first quarter and were able to shoot 50% of from the field and open up a lead going into the second quarter by the score of 19-13, but in the second quarter, it was Molloy College that stormed back ahead, and the Dolphins were able to come back and tie that game up at 29 before Molloy College closed that first half with the final 3 points and then really came out in the second half and played a strong second half, and they were able to defeat the Dolphins. So the Dolphins will look to bounce back here this afternoon against a Mount St. Mary Knight team that has played very well the entire season long, coming in with a record of 6-1 on the year and have been very impressive throughout. So if the College of Staten Island is going to bounce back this afternoon, they're going to need to play a strong game in what will be the final Dolphin contest here until January 6th, when the Dolphins will get back in action on the road against York College. So, you know, the Dolphins just 4 games in the month of December. Just 4 games in the month of December, and really looking to finish off strong. And, you know, as we mentioned, Mount St. Mary coming in and playing a very strong season so far, coming in averaging over 74 points a game, allowing just 51 points to their opponents. And, you know, they have a lot of offensive firepower, and they're led by Marina Bolka, and Marina averaging just under 18 points a game, and the 4 Knights players averaging in double figures here for Mount St. Mary. So a lot of challenges going to be presented for the Dolphins here this afternoon. And Dolphins led in scoring once again this year by Megan McEwen as Megan continues her strong play here in this 2019-2020 season, leading the Dolphins with 13.4 points a game. She also has 3.7 rebounds, and she's shot well from the field, but the rest of the Dolphins struggled, especially in that game against Molloy College. The Dolphins coming in shooting just 36% from the field, and, you know, they're going to have their hands full this afternoon against the Mount St. Mary team. Diana Tadero played well in the last game for the Dolphins and was able to rebound the basketball very effectively, and that's something the Dolphins are going to need more of here today against this Knights basketball team. Jada Rogers kept very quiet in that game on Wednesday night, and Kayla Schmidt came out and was able to hit her first three-pointer of the night, but the Molloy College team was able to really do a very strong job defending the Dolphins from the second quarter forward, and the Dolphins really struggled with their shooting throughout that second half. And the final score indicates just a 12-point loss, but Molloy was able to balloon that lead up to as many as 23 in that fourth quarter before the College of Staten Island was able to cut the final deficit down to 12 points. So the Dolphins looking to get on track offensively and really look to work on the things that were successful for them in that first quarter against Molloy. And, again, they had extended scoring droughts throughout that game, especially early in the second and third quarters, and those turned out to be the difference here for the College of Staten Island. Dolphins will look for bounce-back games from their freshman players here this afternoon. Jada Rogers, Christina Ravello, and Deidre Foster all kept relatively quiet in the game against Molloy College, and the Dolphins are going to look for more production from those three freshman players here this afternoon as we edge our way towards the opening tip-off here. We also just want to mention that the men's basketball team will also be in action here this afternoon. The men looking to bounce back off of their tough loss against Medgar Evers College, as the Dolphins actually led in that game in the final minute with the basketball, but Medgar Evers was able to force a Dolphin turnover and hit a couple of big shots while the Dolphins were held scoreless throughout the remainder of the game, and it was enough for Medgar Evers to pull away with a 4-point win. So today the Dolphins will travel up to Pleasantville to play Pace University. The Dolphins have never lost a game against Pace University, but the last time those two teams met, I believe, was back in 1985. So it's been quite a while since those two teams had gotten together. So we'll see how it goes for the men as they travel up the thruway here and head towards Pleasantville, as they'll get ready to face Pace University and look to get back on the winning ways. For both the men's and the women's team, this will be their final basketball game before we reach the Christmas holiday. The men will be back in action for the Tournament of Heroes. That will begin on December 27th. As we mentioned previously, the women will not be back in action until January 6th. So as we head towards the national anthem and the introduction of the starting lineups, why don't we step aside and take a break, and we'll be back to bring you the starting lineups here this afternoon as you're getting ready to watch women's basketball coverage right here on your voice of everything CSI Sports, CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends, live sports and watch parties, to Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island. Be sure to check out the Kettle Black's monthly calendar of events, only at kettleblackbar.com.
We're back, and we're just moments away from the start of this afternoon's game between the College of Staten Island and Mount St. Mary. The College of Staten Island coming in with a record of 2-7 on the year, and looking back to bounce back from a 67-55 loss against Beloit College. Mount St. Mary has been playing really good basketball this year and has come into today's game with a record of 6-1 overall already. 5 conference games, 5-0 in the conference, as they look to come in and get the game here at the Tank here this afternoon. So as the players are being introduced out on the floor, why don't we bring you the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, we'll start with Mount St. Mary. It'll be number 13, Lindsay Pace. Number 11, Torina Tabasco. Number 4, Laura DeSantis. Number 44, Ann Keenan. And number 2, Marina Boca. For the College of Staten Island, you see them being introduced out on the floor. It'll be number 1, Megan McEwen. Number 10, Jada Rogers. Number 13, Diana Tadero. Number 15, Christina Ravella. And number 25, Kayla Schmitter. The Dolphins coached by head coach Nicole Sarcone. Nicole in her second season. Her assistant coaches, Kelsey Carey, Christina Passatoro, and Christina Rubin. As we mentioned, Dolphins coming in looking to bounce back off of their loss against Beloit College. They had come in with 2 consecutive wins against CUNYAC opponents, and after the game here this afternoon, all the remaining games for the CSI women's basketball team, with the exception of Cabrini on January 17th, will be against CUNYAC opponents. So the College of Staten Island will have CUNYAC opponents really from today forward for the remainder of their season, with that one game against Cabrini College. The Dolphins 2-0 against CUNYAC opponents, of course, for the CSI Dolphins and their conversion over to Division II. They will play CUNYAC conference opponents here in this season. These games will not count in the CUNYAC standings, and the Dolphins will not be eligible for any CUNYAC postseason activities here. As Kayla Schmitter will go to the free throw line. Kayla going to the line due to a couple of technical fouls assessed, or one technical foul, I should say, that's resulting in 2 free throws for Kayla Schmitter. So the Dolphins will lead by a score of 2-0. Administrative technical called against the Knights. So the Knights will start today's game, or the tip-off will start for today's game, with the Dolphins leading by a score of 2-0. So opening tap about to get underway as Kayla Schmitter will jump for the Dolphins, and she will jump against Boca, and the Dolphins control the tip, and McEwen has the basketball for the Dolphins. McEwen looking to feed it over to Schmitter. Schmitter's jumper from the baseline is up, no good, and Tadero grabs her first rebound of the night. Diana double digits in rebounds in the game against Beloit, as Arvello misses her first jumper of the afternoon, and the Knights will have their offensive possession. Let's get a look at the Knights now as it's Tess Rats passing it over to Pace. Now they're going to dump the ball inside to Keenan. Keenan working the ball outside to Volkscott for the three-pointer. It's good. 3-2. Knights by one. McEwen brings the ball up across the midcourt line now for the Dolphins. Out to Rogers. Rogers thought about the three-pointer, works it outside now to Schmitter. Schmitter now gets it over to Dodaro as McEwen will look to set up the Dolphin offense now with 8 on the shot clock. Arvello out at the three-point line. That long jumper is no good. Coley named head coach. The Knights wanted to travel on Arvello. None called as now the Knights pass the ball into the center of the floor. It bounces around, and that time Rogers couldn't pick it up, and it'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to the Knights. 8 minutes, 39 seconds remaining here in this first quarter from the tank on the College of Staten Island, and the Dolphins trail by a score of 3-2. Pace, shot's no good, and Schmitter grabs her first rebound of the night. McEwen, Arvello looking to work her way inside. She kicks it back out to Schmitter. Her free throw line jumper is good. Schmitter with all 4 Dolphin points, and the Dolphins regain a 4-3 lead. Pace bringing the ball across the midcourt line. Desrats hands the ball back up to Pace, guarded by McEwen. Now Keenan puts up her first three-pointer. That's no good. And Tadero there for the rebound for the Dolphins. Arvello looking to work it inside. Good defense that time by the Knights, but the Dolphins reset. Arvello looking to get that ball inside, but it's Keenan with the steal. Gets it ahead of the field to Pace. Pace drives down the lane. She misses the layup. But drifting in that time to lay it up and in will be Tabasco as Dolphins didn't get back. And the Knights lead 5-4 off that second chance opportunity. McEwen, Rogers went inside. McEwen passed the ball outside, and the Dolphins will turn it over. 5-4. Knights with the basketball now as they work the ball out over to Keenan. Keenan working her way inside, and she's able to lay it up and in. Strong move that time by Andy Keenan. Keenan averaging just under 14 points a game, shooting 41% from the field, and the Knights have their biggest lead of the afternoon at 7-4. Tadero working the ball out over to Arvello. Now back to Schmitter. Schmitter puts up the three-pointer, and that's good. So Kayla coming out on fire here this afternoon. All 7 Dolphin points to tie the game back up at 7. Running one-hander in the lane that time by Desrats is no good, but an offensive rebound grab. Now a fight for possession. It'll be a jump ball, and this time possession will go to the Dolphins. Substitution as Raffaello will check into the game. And she'll place Marina, the leading scorer for the Knights. Goes to the bench here early in the first quarter. Arvello with the basketball. Arvello looking to work her way inside. A cross-court pass is nearly stolen away, but the Knights out of bounds that time as Raffaello was standing on the baseline, so the Dolphins will maintain possession. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Tadero loses her balance and will have another jump ball, and this time possession will go to Mount St. Mary. So the Knights to inbound the basketball. Dolphins try to press, and that time Arvello reaching in and grabbing Tarana Tabasco, I should say, as she was driving through, and she will pick up the personal. And for Christina, that will be her first foul. She'll check out of the game as Brianna Rubisky will check in for the Dolphins. Tabasco handing the ball off now to Pace. Pace now to Keenan. Keenan working the ball in the corner. Tabasco looking to drive her way inside. The ball's going to be knocked away that time by Schmitter, and it will remain in possession of the Knights with 14 on the shot clock. Pass drifting into the backcourt and able to go back and retreat the basketball is Desrats. Tabasco, Pace, long three-pointer, that time by Desrats is good. 10-7, Knights regain their three-point lead. McEwen lobbing it inside to Schmitter. Schmitter is able to lay it up and in as Taylor, all 9 Dolphin points here in this first quarter. That's Keenan with the long three-pointer. That's no good. Tadaro driving in for the rebound and able to have the ball ripped away. No jump ball called on the play, and the Knights able to lay it up and in, and they now have a 12-9 lead. Rogers driving along the baseline, and she'll be fouled, and it'll be the first Knight foul of the evening. Desrats with the foul. That's right. And the Dolphins will inbound the basketball. That'll be a non-shooting foul. It'll be a timeout, and it'll be a full timeout. So we'll step aside to take a break. 4 minutes and 54 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Dolphins trail by a score of 12-9. You watch women's basketball coverage right here.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials, live music, and the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dining order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
We're back with 4 minutes and 54 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Dolphins down by 3. Rogers to inbound the basketball for the Dolphins. Good defense by Mount St. Mary, but Schmitter breaks her way inside, and Kayla Schmitter has scored the first 11 Dolphin points here this afternoon to bring them to within 1. Knights with the basketball now as they work the ball around the perimeter. Raffaello now over to Keenan. She puts up that long three-pointer. That's no good. Keenan off to a slow start here this afternoon. She's missed a couple of three-point opportunities as the Knights able to come away with the basketball, and McEwen will pick up the foul in the backcourt for the Dolphins as at time Pace looking to bring the ball up along the far sideline, and McEwen picking up the foul in the backcourt. So both McEwen and Arvello with early personal fouls in the backcourt for the Dolphins here in this first quarter. Long three-pointer that time by Desrates is good. 15-11, Desrates 2 3-pointers. She has 6. Tadaro trying to drive her way through traffic. She gets tied up. And there'll be another jump ball possession. We've had several of them here in this first quarter. And this time possession will remain with the Dolphins. Rogers looking to inbound the basketball. Good defense that time. But Tadaro able to step out and get the basketball. And now the Dolphins are working around with 15 on the shot clock. Rubisky. Rogers. Inside to Schmitter. Her layup is off the rim. No good. Taylor just missed that one. Worked in the corner. Now that long three-pointer is way off, and Rubisky there to grab the rebound for the Dolphins. Brianna running down the center of the floor. Good pass over to Rogers. Now it's Schmitter. McEwen. 18 on the shot clock. Beautiful feed inside that time by McEwen to Tadero, who lays it up and in. 15-13. Dolphins down by 2 as Pace looks to work against Rogers. Desrates laying it up and in. Lauren, a strong first half thus far for the Knights. She has 8, and she will go to the free throw line and look to complete the three-point play. Desrates 5 of 7 from the line. That's 71% as Schmitter will come to the bench, having scored 11 of the 13 Dolphin points. As that free throw is up and in, the three-point play complete. And the Knights with their biggest lead of the game, it's 5 points. Denise Priolo checking into the game for the Dolphins on the floor with Rubisky. Moylan in the game, as that's a strong post-up move that time by Tadero, who lays it up and in. Avello remaining out on the floor for the Dolphins. And Tadero completing the 5 for CSI. 18-15 the score as the Knights look to work the ball around the perimeter here. Driving inside and putting up that shot is Balkai. That's no good. And now it's the Dolphins with the basketball. Priolo looking the ball out. That ball bounces off the official and taken away now by the Knights. Botka. Pace. That long three-pointer is way off. That will go out of bounds, and it will be Dolphin basketball with 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in this first half. Substitutions once again for the Dolphins. As Rubisky will check out of the game, and Rogers will check back in. That long three-pointer by Arvello is up no good. And here come the Knights with the basketball. Bolchka misses that shot, but the Dolphins unable to come away with the rebound, and Tabasco is going to be fouled. And that will be the 4th team foul for the Dolphins, so the Knights will inbound with 20 on the shot clock and 1 minute 41 seconds remaining here in this first half. Substitution now for the Knights as Caitlin Wolf will check into the game. And Wolf will replace Rafa Mello as the official resetting the shot clock now to 21. And the Knights now with the basketball. Pace. Desrates in the corner now. Bolka. Wolf. Kicking out, that open three-pointer is up no good, and long rebound grab that time, but a beautiful block by Rogers, and she looks to feed the ball ahead to Tadero. Is Tadero able to muscle the ball up to the basket and lay it up and in? What a beautiful shot that time by Diana Tadero, as she has 6 points and coming off of a strong game on the glass against Beloit College, starting off strong here this afternoon for the Dolphins. She has 6, and that's going to bring the Dolphins back to within 1, and if she can complete the three-point play, Dolphins can tie the game back up. That shot is up and in, and Tadero completes the three-point play. And she'll go to the bench. She has 7. Schmitter back on the floor has 11. They're the only 2 Dolphins who've scored so far here this afternoon. Work now along the baseline to Wolf. A jumper from the baseline is up no good. Another rebound grabbed by the Knights, but that putback is no good. And Rogers there to grab the rebound for the Dolphins. Priolo, no hesitation, three-pointer is no good. And Keenan grabs the rebound now inside of 45 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Ball loose out on the floor, and Arvello gets caught reaching in, and she's going to pick up her second personal here in this first quarter for the Dolphins. It'll be the fifth Dolphin team foul, so that will lead to free throws here as Torana Tabasco will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 here for the Knights. Torana, 4 of 7, 57% from the line coming into the game here this afternoon, and she misses the first. One more free throw coming up here for Tabasco. That second free throw is up, no good. Toriana misses the pass. Fight for the rebound. Rogers able to come up with it momentarily, but she'll bounce the ball off her foot, and it will be Knight basketball off of the Dolphin turnover now with just under 35 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Dolphins with their 6th turnover here of this first quarter. None for the Knights, and the Dolphins still have this game tied at 18. Shot clock off now as Arvello bringing the ball up the floor, looking to work against pace with 7 on the quarter clock. Arvello trying to bounce her way inside. She's unable to do so. With possession of the basketball now is Wolf. Her long three-pointer will be up and no good. So 1 quarter in the books. We're tied at 18. Good quarter as the Dolphins finish off that first quarter on a 5-0 run. So we'll step aside, take a break. You're watching women's basketball coverage right here on your voice of everything CSI Sports, CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
We're back here at the start of the second quarter, tied at 18, as the Knights will have their first possession here in this second quarter. Knights work the ball back to the three-point line, putting up that three-pointer. That time is pace. It's no good, but she's able to charge inside, pick up her own offensive rebound, and lay it up and in, and that'll break a 5-0 run. And we give the Knights a 2-point lead, and Dolphins in that first quarter allowing 7 offensive rebounds, and the Knights able to pick up their 8th on their first possession. But now the Dolphins able to grab a couple of offensive rebounds, but unable to convert, and we're going to have another jump ball possession, and the officials are pointing over to the Dolphins. The scorer's table had it at Mount St. Mary, but the officials rule it'll be Dolphin basketball, so Schmidt will inbound now for the Dolphins. McEwen with the basketball. McEwen. Priolo at the free throw line extended. Denise trying to drive her way inside, and she'll get called for the travel. So We didn't have much of a chance to look over those first quarter statistics, but the Dolphins turned it over 7 times in that quarter, none for the Knights, and the Dolphins also allowed 7 offensive rebounds and still came out of the quarter tied at 18. So those are a couple of things I'm sure they're going to look to improve on here in the second quarter, as it's the Knights with the basketball and a 2-point lead. Baseline jumper that time by Tabasco. That arching jumper is good. Knights with the first 4 points of this second quarter, and they lead 22-18. Keenan at the 3-point line. Keenan able to drive past Moylan and float it up and in. And that time, Keenan able to drive past Moylan, and Schmidt not able to come over and help quickly enough. 6 in a row to start quarter number 2 for the Knights. And Dolphins able to break that run as Jada Rogers gets her first basket of the game, and that makes it a 24-20 game. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So we're going to keep, but it will convert to a media timeout. So we're going to step aside and take a break with 8:08 remaining in the second quarter. Dolphins trail by 4. You're watching basketball coverage on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials, live music, and the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dining order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
Knights with possession of the basketball, is that time able to take the ball into the interior of the Dolphin defense's Tabasco. She's able to lay it up and in. She's got the last couple of baskets for the Knights, and now she'll go to the free throw line with an opportunity to complete the 3-point play. So Tabasco to the free throw line. She came in shooting 57%. She hits that one. She now has 7. And the Knights open up a 7-point lead, 27-20. Tadero lobbing it inside to Schmitter. A nice move to the basket, but she's not able to convert. And there to grab the rebound is Keenan. And here come the Knights. And that time the Knights get called for the traveling violation, and they will turn the ball over. And it'll be Dolphin basketball now. With 7:30 remaining as they turn the ball over, and Keenan picks it up. Now for the Knights. Dolphins turning the basketball over here tonight. They already have 9. As spinning inside is Bolcha as she lays it up and in. Marina has 5. And the Knight lead, the biggest of the evening or the afternoon, 29-20. Kicked out in the corner now to Arvello. The open 3-pointer is good. Big basket there by Christina Arvello. Dolphins really needed that, as they're going to cut the game down now to a 6-point margin. Bolcha able to drive down the lane, but she misses that shot. And now it's Arvello bringing the ball up the floor for the Dolphins. Christina Now gets it over to Schmitter. Schmitter, the jumper from the baseline. That's no good. Beautiful rebound that time inside by Rubisky, who lays it up and in. Dolphins now on a 5-0 run of their own to make it a 4-point game. As that time, Keenan drove the ball inside and draws the foul. So that foul will be on Rubisky for Brianna. That's going to be her second. Arvello will check out of the game for the Dolphins. Lana DeMontro checking in for CSI. As Keenan misses her first free throw. Checking in stats. Came in 9 of 14 from the line for the Knights. And she'll have one more. As that second one is way off. As she misses both free throws. And the Dolphins with the basketball, trailing by 4. As DeMacho brings the ball up the floor for the Dolphins for the first time tonight. Rubisky on the floor with Tadero, Rogers, and Schmitter for the Dolphins. Tadero driving it inside. She looks to kick it out. It's deflected away. It comes right back to Rubisky. Her three-pointer is up. No good. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Knights. So the Dolphins will get a second chance opportunity here. Rogers looking to inbound the basketball, looking for somewhere to go, and she's able to lob it up to Schmitter, but she's unable to control, and the Dolphins will turn the ball over once again. One thing the Dolphins have done tonight is they've turned the ball over a little bit more than they'd want to here in this first half. Their 10th turnover, and the Knights with the basketball at a 4-point lead. Keenan, bounce pass, goes down on the baseline now. Bolka, she puts up that baseline jumper. That's no good. And Rubisky grabs the rebound for the Dolphins. Nice weak side rebound that time by Rubisky. But the Dolphins throw the ball away once again. So back-to-back turnovers by the Dolphins. They now have 11. And it will be night basketball. Leading by 4. Pace working it around to Lavin, who checked into the game. Now Keenan out by the three-point line. Keenan looking to feed the ball inside. A nice bounce pass, but this time it's the Dolphins coming away with the turnovers. That's Rogers. Rubisky driving away inside. She lays it up and in, but before the shot, she'll draw the foul. Right at the midway point here, 5 minutes, 1 second remaining here in the second quarter. Knights got off to a strong start here in the second quarter. The Dolphins have scored the last 5, and they're down by 4. Tadero, long jumper from the top of the key is good. Big offensive half for Diana. She's got 9, and the Dolphins on a 7-0 run, and they've made it a 2-point game. Lavin. Bolka out by the three-point line, looking to work against Schmitter. She's able to step inside Schmitter. That shot's off, and Tadero with the rebound, and Diana off to the races. Tadero, tough feed inside to Rubisky. She kicks it out to Jamantro, back to Rubisky, and Brianna's going to draw the foul that time as Julia Lavin, the sophomore guard, will pick up the foul. That's her first, team second, so the Dolphins will inbound with 20 on the shot clock. And another one of the rule changes for this year. Shot clock resetting to 20 on those fouls and offensive rebounds instead of 30 in both men's and women's basketball this year. Tabasco with the basketball off of the Dolphin turnover. And now the teams will exchange turnovers as Marina Bolka will get called for the double dribble, and it'll be Dolphin basketball in the middle of their 7-0 run. DeMontro with the basketball, working it out over to Rogers. Rogers looking to drive her way inside. Her shot's going to be blocked away by Keenan, but she's going to get called for the foul. So Keenan will pick up the foul, her first, team's third. Dolphins 3 of 3 from the line so far here tonight as Rogers' first free throw is up and in. Jada came in 29 of 50. That's 58% from the line for the Dolphins here so far, and she's made it a 1-point game. Second free throw by Rogers is good, and the Dolphins have scored the last 9 to come back and tie this game up at 29 as we'll have some substitutions coming in. Cameron Villanueva has checked into the game. Get you the other night's substitutions here in just a minute. Polka remains out on the floor. Tabasco remaining out on the floor along with Keenan. As that ball's worked in the corner, that long three-pointer is no good, and Rubisky grabs a third rebound of the quarter. And here comes Rogers driving away inside. A floater is up, no good. But Tadero there for the offensive rebound. She feeds it inside to Schmitter, who lays it up and in. Kayla continuing her big offensive effort here. 11-0 run for the Dolphins, and they lead by 2. Keenan driving her way inside. That shot's up, no good. Big rebound grab by Rubisky, but her outlet pass is stolen away, and it's now Pace for the Knights. Pace feeding it to a wide-open Bolka, who lays it up and in. Big swing of the game there off for the Dolphin turnover, and that ties the game up at 31. DeMontro. Rubisky with the basketball. Rubisky picks up the dribble, gets it up over to Rogers. Long jumper is up, no good. Going up high is Pace for the rebound for the Knights, and she brings the ball up the center of the floor. Keenan. Bolka in the corner and back to Keenan at the three-point line. 15 to shoot for the Knights. Tabasco. Knights now try to feed the ball inside. Nice move inside. Beautiful block by Schmitter, but Keenan able to regain possession and lay it up and in. Nice block that time by Schmitter, but a nice job by the Knights sticking with it, and they lay it up and in, and they regain the lead, 33-31. Rogers gets called for the travel before putting the ball on the floor as the Dolphins turn the ball over. 2 minutes, 9 seconds remaining here in this first half. The Knights with the basketball at a 2-point lead. Tabasco feeds it over to Keenan. Keenan able to regain possession, but now it's Tadero with the turnover for the Dolphins. Diana kicking it out to a wide-open Rubisky. Her baseline jumper is up, no good, and Pace able to grab the rebound. She's ahead of the field, and she lays it up and in. As that time, Dolphins not balanced defensively, and the Knights make them pay with an easy layup as Pace really grabbed the ball at the free throw line or the top of the key and was able to drive it all the way down the field unmolested for the layup. Tadero inside. Her layup is up, no good. Tadero able to grab the rebound and kick the ball out. Good play that time by Tadero. She couldn't convert, but her offensive rebound gives the Dolphins another possession. Big collision at midcourt that time as Moylan setting the screen. She was run over by Toriana Tabasco, and she draws the foul. And for Toriana, that's going to be her second foul, fourth for the Knights. So the Dolphins inbound, 20 on the shot clock. And DeMontro with the basketball now for the Dolphins. Inside a minute remaining. Tadero feeds it inside to Rogers, and Rogers able to lay it up and in. Nice play that time between Tadero and Rogers, and it's a 2-point game. Knights with the basketball. Inside of 40 seconds remaining, it's Pace drives down the lane. Can't hit the layup, and now it's Tadero with the basketball for the Dolphins. DeMontro over to Rogers. Long jumper by Rogers is good. Jada Rogers, a couple of baskets back-to-back for the Dolphins. She has 8, and we're tied at 35. Shot clock off. Knights with the basketball. Villanueva Villanueva working against DeMoncho. Tadero steps in the passing lane, knocks it out of bounds, but it will remain Knight basketball. 14.2 seconds remaining here in this first half. Knights inbound the basketball. Dolphins looking to defend. They were able to lob it inside, but the pass instead will be stolen away by Tadero. Tadero takes it coast to coast and lays up and Tadero in double figures. She has 9, the Dolphins by 2. Here come the Knights, and we're going to get a palming violation called on Mount St. Mary. So with 1.8 seconds remaining here in this first half, it will be Dolphin basketball, and they have a 2-point lead. Rabisky puts up that long three-pointer. That is no good, and that's going to take us to halftime. The Dolphins, between a huge offensive effort by Kayla Schmitter and a solid all-around effort by Diana Tadero, and they will go into halftime with a 37-35 lead. So the Dolphins, who fell behind by as many as 9 in this one, 29-20, go on a 17-6 run to close the first half, and they lead by a score of 37-35 as we get ready to head into halftime. And it looks like the head women's basketball coach, Nicole Salcone, is going to be nice enough to come over and join us here at halftime, where the Dolphins lead by a score of 37-35. Coach, the Dolphins finish off that second quarter on a 17-6 run. What do you see? How do you see team playing in that first half?
I think we started off slow, but then we picked it up on the boards, and we picked it up pushing the ball in transition. Diana's doing a phenomenal job for us on defense, grabbing boards and keeping our energy up.
You know, Coach, one of the things that this team really needs to be successful is offensive production from Kayla Schmitter and Diana Tadero, and you really saw that here in this first half.
Yeah, you know, we talked to them a little bit yesterday about how our post players are not being as aggressive as they played last year, and I think they're both going to work today, as they should, because we're a little bit bigger in the post, and when they do that, when Schmitter and Diana play like that, we can come out with a W.
Yeah, you know, maybe the one negative statistic in that first half, the number of turnovers, Coach. What do you do about that in half number 2?
You know, it's not even forced turnovers, in my opinion. We're just turning the ball over, lack of ball control. We just have to get the ball in the right person's hands and stay a little bit under control. We're playing too frazzled right now.
Thanks a lot for coming over and joining us. Good luck in the second half. That's head coach Nicole Salcone, nice enough to join us here at halftime, where the Dolphins lead by a score of 37-35. So why don't we step aside and take a break? We'll be back in a couple of minutes to bring you halftime statistics and get you ready for the start of the second half as you're watching women's basketball coverage exclusively on your voice of everything CSI Sports, CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
When your car is damaged, where you take it is your decision. But insurance companies would like you to think otherwise. While they may have a lot of pull, it may not always be in the best interest of your car. Your car will be fixed right and on time. What insurance company can argue with that?
Call Dependable Auto Body at 718-447-4898.
Hi, Meals on Wheels.
I'm Marco. I'm a college student, and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels.
I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community. Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials. Live music. And the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dining order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island. The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island. Be sure to check out the Kettle Black's monthly calendar of events, only at kettleblackbar.com.
We're back here at halftime where the College of Staten Island leads Mount St. Mary by a score of 37-35 at the half. It was a first half where the Dolphins came out and really played very well against a a very strong Mount St. Mary team that came into this game winners of 6 of 7 here in this 2019-2020 season. But Mount St. Mary shooting just 15 of 40 from the field here in this first half, 38%. Meanwhile, the Dolphins coming out hitting 15 of 32 of their shots. That's 17%. Dolphins also doing very well on the glass here this afternoon as they've out-rebounded Mount St. Mary by a score of 25-19. Mount St. Mary with the edge on the offensive glass by a total of 9-7, but you'll remember after the first quarter, those offensive rebound totals were 7-1 in favor of Mount St. Mary, so the Dolphins really doing a nice job as you see the first half stats up on the screen. Dolphins with their shooting percentage, also 2 of 7 from the three-point line. Mount St. Mary 3 of 11. And like you see the offensive rebound, the rebound edge for the Dolphins. Dolphins also, though, with 14 turnovers. Those are a lot of turnovers for the Dolphins in that first half. So that's something that they're going to look to improve on half number 2. The offensive scoring leaders for the Dolphins in the first half, Kayla Schmitter. Kayla came out, scored, I believe, the first 11 for the Dolphins. Finishes the half 5 of 9 from the field, including hitting her only three-pointer. She has 13 points. Diana Tadero, big first half for the Dolphins, 5 of 6 from the field, 7 rebounds, including 3 on the offensive glass, as she finishes with 11 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals for the Dolphins. Turning our attention over to the Knights for a second. They have balanced scoring. They can look up and down their season statistics. They've had that throughout the year, and they have it here this afternoon. Lauren Desrates leading them with 9 points. A couple other players with 7. Marina Boca and Toriana Tabasco with 7 apiece, and Keene finishing with 6. The Knights with 7 turnovers in that first half compared to 14 for the Dolphins. So we're about 4 minutes or so away from the start of the second half. What we'll do is we'll step aside, we'll take a final break, and then we'll be back, and we'll be bringing you second half coverage here as you're watching women's basketball coverage exclusively on your voice of everything CSI Sports, CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials, live music, and the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dining order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
We're back here at halftime where the College of Staten Island was able to take advantage of a 17-6 run to close out that second quarter and turn around a 29-20 deficit into a 37-35 halftime lead as Dolphins came out and really played one of their better offensive halves of this 2019-2020 season. They were effective from the floor. They rebounded the ball well. They really played a solid first half. And if they could eliminate some of those turnovers here in this second half, they could really put themselves in good position to challenge the Knights here in this second half, as the Knights will inbound the basketball as we're just about ready to get started here with the third quarter. The Dolphins bringing out the same starting five that started the game here this afternoon. Arbello on the floor along with McEwen, Tadero, Rogers, and Schmitter as the Knights will bring the ball up across and underway here to start this third quarter. Keenan with the basketball. Keenan hands the ball off now to Tabasco. Now it's Desrat. Desrat's working in the corner. She gets the ball back. You see the short jumper that time by Bokla is up no good. She continues to struggle from the floor offensively a little bit for the Knights here this afternoon. Dolphins now with their first possession of this third quarter, as it'll be Arbello working against Desrat. Now McEwen. McEwen pulls up. That long jumper is up no good. And that ball's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Knights. So it will remain Dolphin basketball. Rogers will inbound. She's been inbounding the basketball all night here for the Dolphins as she gets it to Arbello. Arbello, that long three-pointer, and she banks it up and in. Christina Arbello with the three-point shot. She now has 6, and the Dolphin lead is now 5, 40-35. And Rogers is going to pick up the foul out on the floor along the baseline. The Jada, that will be her first, and the first team foul of the second half. Pace with the basketball, backs up against Schmitter, feeding it inside to Keenan. She takes it to the glass, but can't hit the layup, and that time Pace looked like she would be able to grab the rebound, but unable to maintain possession. So it will be Dolphin basketball. Just one basket here in this second half, that three-pointer by Arbello. As Arbello retrieves the basketball, and the Dolphins will bring the ball up the floor here early in this third quarter. McEwen, Arbello, deep along the three-point line. She feeds it inside to Tadero. Tadero kicks it back up over to McEwen. Now Schmitter, who's going to get called for the travel that time as she collided with her own player and shuffled the feet and gets called for the travel. So the Dolphins will pick up their 15th turnover of the game and their first here in the third quarter. Pace with the basketball. Desrate's driving it inside against McEwen, and she lays it up and in. Is that time Lauren able to get to the basket strong and get the first night basket of the second quarter. Rogers puts up that long jumper off the back rim, no good. And Desrate's there for the rebound for Mount St. Mary. Desrate, Keenan crossover dribble, but a beautiful play that time by Tadero as she's able to reach in and come away with the steal, and then Keenan collides with McEwen, and Annie will pick up the foul. For Keenan, that will be her second, team's first, and the Dolphins will inbound. One basket apiece here in this third quarter. Arvello with the basketball. Arvello now gets it out over to Schmitter. Now it's McEwen. McEwen, beautiful behind the back move. She kicked it out over to Tadero. Her short jumper is good. Diana continuing her strong offensive play here this afternoon. And the Dolphin lead back to 5, 42-37. Desrates, that long three-pointer is up, no good. And McEwen comes away with the rebound for the Dolphins. And here comes McEwen. McEwen taking it coast to coast and laying it up and in. And that time, Mount St. Mary letting McEwen get to the basket pretty easily. Megan putting the pressure on and giving the Dolphins a 7-point lead, their biggest of the afternoon. But a nice play that time by Bolcha. She's able to come in and lay it up and in. And cut the Dolphin lead down to 5. McEwen. Now Arvello. Arvello has the ball knocked away, but able to come away with it for the Dolphins. Now Schmitter. Schmitter going to be grabbed on the outside and fouled. And that foul is going to be called on Lindsay Pace. For Lindsay, that's going to be her second personal. Team second. So the Dolphins to inbound with 20 on the shot clock. And a 5-point lead. Rogers. Trouble inbounding the ball, and the Dolphins turn it over once again. And that time, Bolcha able to lay it up and in. So that turnover hurts the Dolphins and makes it a 3-point game. Back-to-back turnovers, and here come the Knights as they feed the ball ahead of the field as Bolcha is able to lay it up and in. And the Dolphin lead, which moments ago was 7, is back down to 1, 6-0 run here from Mount St. Mary. Arvello, Schmitter, tough shot that time is up, no good. And now Mount St. Mary with an opportunity to regain the lead. Pace. Short jumper that time is up, no good. Ball going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Knights. So it will be Dolphin basketball. Arvello walking the ball up across the midcourt line now for the Dolphins. Guarded by Pace. Rogers out by the three-point line. Tadero feeds it inside to Schmitter. Schmitter able to get some position and lay it up and in. So Kayla gets her first basket in a few minutes. She has 15. She leads all Dolphin scorers. And the Dolphin lead back up to 3. Driving down the lane. It's this way. She misses the shot, able to tip the rebound. Rogers grabs the rebound. She's hit from behind. The ball's going to roll out of bounds on the end line. Last touch by Rogers. And it's going to be Knight basketball, but we'll have a media timeout, so we'll step away. 4:57 remaining here in this third quarter with the score. Dolphins 46, Knights 43. We'll step aside, take a break, and we'll be right back.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends, live sports and watch parties, to Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island. Be sure to check out the Kettle Black's monthly calendar of events, only at kettleblackbar.com.
We're back with 4 minutes and 57 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. The Dolphins came out strong here to start this third quarter, and they got their lead as far up as 7 points. They led 44-37, but a nice job by Mount St. Mary to bounce back and get within 44-43. Now the Dolphins lead by 2, 46-43, and the Knights with the basketball. Desrage drives down the lane and draws the foul. Time Lauren took the ball strong to the basket and was able to draw the foul, and that foul is going to be charged against Christina Arvello. Arvello picks up her third. Both teams with 2 personals as Desrage goes to the free throw line and misses the first for the Knights. Knights not doing themselves any favors from the free throw line as they hit 1 of 2. Now 3 of 8 on the afternoon for Mount St. Mary. 46-44 the score. The Dolphins with a 2-point lead as they feed it inside to Tadero. Tadero kicks the ball out to Arvello, whose long three-pointer is good. Big three-pointer there by Arvello, and the Dolphins lead back up to 5 now, 49-44. As Christina now the big basket, and the Dolphins with the turnover. Tadero works the ball out inside, and driving down the lane and laying it up and in is McEwen. And the Dolphins open the lead back up to 7 now, 51-44. Megan with her second basket of the afternoon. She has 4. Bounce pass out in the corner. The baseline jumper that time is up. No good as Tabasco missed the jumper. And the Dolphins grab the rebound. Tadero. Arvello, she thought about the three-pointer and gets called for the travel. So the Dolphins with a 7-point lead here in this third quarter. And if they could find a way to cut down on a couple of these turnovers, they could really put themselves in good position here. The Dolphins with 19 turnovers on the afternoon, but that shot is no good, and another rebound grabbed by Tadero. Tadero been rebounding the basketball great all afternoon as McEwen drives down the lane and lays it up and in. A couple of back-to-back baskets by McEwen, and the Dolphin lead their biggest of the game now. It's 9 points, 53-44. Desrates. Pace with the basketball and 15 to shoot. Priolo checked into the game for the Dolphins. She guards Pace. Now it's Schmidt picking her up. The ball gets worked over to Keenan. Now Desrates, that long three-pointer is up, no good. And a big rebound grab by Schmidt. Outlet pass to McEwen. McEwen now gets the ball off over to Tadero. Tadero working it to Rogers. And we're going to have a 3-second violation called on the Dolphins, their 20th turnover of the afternoon. Mount St. Mary with the basketball now. Dolphins shooting over 51% on the afternoon, and they have a 9-point lead. Desrates driving down the lane. Her shot's up, no good. But a big offensive rebound grabbed, and now it's Keenan able to drive down the lane. Her shot is no good, and the rebound grabbed by Tadero. Another big rebound by Diana. She continues to rebound the basketball very well here this afternoon for the Dolphins. Tadero over to McEwen. That long three-pointer is up, no good. Priolo touches the rebound and gets it back up over to Tadero. And now McEwen will reset the shot clock for the Dolphins. Another turnover here for the Dolphins. 21 turnovers here for CSI, 7 in the third quarter. And that's kept Mount St. Mary in the game as they trail by 9 with the basketball. Pace looking to work against Priolo. Bounce pass now goes inside. Bolcha, a nice reverse layup by Marina, and that's up and in. Big basket there. Mount St. Mary needed that one, and they make it a 7-point game as Rogers drives inside and draws the foul. Good, that's right. With the foul, a third. Well, I should say her second, the team's third, as Rogers will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Jada's first free throw rolls around and out. She'll have one more upcoming. Rogers came in shooting 58% from the line for the Dolphins, and she'll have one more. Second free throw is up and in. She hits 1 of 2, and the Dolphin lead is 8, 54-46. With a minute 20 remaining here in this third quarter. Long three-pointer by Keenan. Rolls off the rim and in. Big three-pointer there by Andy Keenan. And that draws the Knights to within 5. With a minute 5 remaining here in this third quarter. Priolo, a wild running one-hander is up, no good. And Marina Bolka grabs the rebound but travels, so the Dolphins will get possession back with exactly 1 minute remaining here in this third quarter. Inside to McEwen. McEwen feeds it up over to Rogers. Rogers driving down to the lane and lays it up and in. Rogers in double digits now. She has 11, and the Dolphin lead back up to 7, 56-49. Pace with the basketball. Pace gets it up over to Tabasco. Tabasco working it back up over to Keenan. Keenan's long three-pointer is up, no good. But the ball tipped back, and a big offensive rebound by the Knights gives them another possession with 13 remaining on the shot clock. Tough pass inside, knocked away and stolen. Now the Dolphins able to come away with the turnover, but the Dolphins turn the ball right back over and then commit a foul in the backcourt. So it'll be the Knights to inbound the basketball with 14.3 seconds remaining here in this quarter. You have head coach Nicole Sarcone questioning how the official all the way across the floor made the call. And now it'll be the Knights with the basketball as they see if they hold it for the last shot. Keenan working the ball in the corner. Ball gets fed inside. That shot is up, no good. And that's going to do it. 3 quarters in the books as the Dolphins will go into the fourth quarter, leading by 7, 56-49. So we'll step aside and take a break. 3 quarters in the books here at the Tank at the College of Staten Island. You're watching women's basketball coverage exclusively right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
We're back underway here to start the fourth quarter, and the Dolphins with the ball and a 7-point lead. Priolo pulls up for that three-pointer. That's no good, but Robisky grabs the offensive rebound for the Dolphins. Priolo's cross-court pass nearly stole it away. A nice job by McEwen to maintain possession. The Dolphins with 3 opportunities, and they can't convert here to start the fourth quarter. Knights with the basketball, down by 7. Pace, nice feed inside. That time his bulk guy is able to lay it up and in. Big turnaround there as the Dolphins with 3 opportunities, can't convert. And the Knights able to come back with a basket to make it a 5-point game. McEwen now works the ball out over to Rogers. Rogers out over to Robisky. Now Priolo gets called for the travel, so tough start offensively to the start of this third quarter for the Dolphins. They can't convert off of a couple of offensive rebounds, and now a turnover. And that's going to give Mount St. Mary possession of the basketball. As Priolo will come to the bench for the Dolphins. And Mount St. Mary with the basketball and a 5-point lead. Well, trailing by 5, I should say. Pass goes across now to Desrats. Bolcock now working the ball out in the corner. Now Desrats a long three-pointer. That's up, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Robisky comes away with another rebound for the Dolphins. She's rebounded the basketball very well for CSI. So far here tonight is Arvello. That shot is up and no good. And the rebound going to be grabbed by Mount St. Mary. Desrat's jumper is no good. McEwen grabs the rebound. Both teams exchange air balls, and now it's the Dolphins with the basketball. Tadero, tough running one-handed. That's up no good. She grabs her own offensive rebound and lays it up and in. So Tadero continuing her strong play from the field tonight. She now has 15, and the Dolphin lead is now 7, 58-51. Pace with the basketball. She hands off to Desrats. Desrats driving inside against Arvello. Her tough shot is up, no good. Tadero to the floor for the offensive rebound, and we're going to have a whistle and a jump ball, and the possession arrow will stay with the Knights, but Diana Tadero, who's already got 15 points and 14 rebounds here this afternoon. And we're going to have a whistle and a timeout on the floor. And it's going to be a 30-second that will turn into a media timeout. It'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside, take a break. Dolphins by 7, 58-51. You're watching women's basketball coverage on CSI Sports at CSIDolphins.com.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials, live music, and the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dining order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
We're back with 7:47 remaining here in this fourth quarter, and the Dolphins with a 7-point lead, 58-51, as it's Arvello with the basketball for the Dolphins. Open to a wide open Tadero. Her jumper is up, no good. But the Dolphins do a nice job fighting and get the offensive rebound as it comes back to McEwen, and she's able to bank that three-pointer home. And the Dolphins have their biggest lead of the afternoon. It's 10 points, 61-51. McEwen with 9 points here for the Dolphins, her first three-pointer of the afternoon. Desrat's working the ball in the corner. Now it's Pace. Pace kicking the ball back over to Keaton. Keaton tries to drive inside, but it's Rogers coming away with the big block here for the Dolphins. Dolphins with 4 blocks on the afternoon, but they throw the ball away and turn the ball over. So Jada Rogers picked up her second block of the afternoon, but the Dolphins turn the ball over, and it's Mount St. Mary with the basketball now, trailing by 10. Mount St. Mary came into this game 6-1 on the year as that jumper is put up. Nice jump shot that time by Toriana Tabasco. Tabasco now with 9, and that makes it an 8-point game, 61-53. McEwen gets it over to Arvello. Arvello uses the Rubisky screen. Now it's Tadero. Over to a wide-open McEwen. Her three-pointer is up, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be last touch by the Knights. So it will remain College of Staten Island basketball. And Dolphins have done a nice job rebounding the basketball. They've out-rebounded Mount St. Mary 42-28 here this afternoon. Rubisky in the corner, gets it up over to McEwen. Now they feed it to Schmitter in the post. Back up over to McEwen. 4 on the shot clock. McEwen to Tadero. Tadero muscling away inside. It's going to be a 30-second shot clock violation as the official blows the whistle. And the Dolphins, with the turnover, will turn the ball back to the Knights. 23 turnovers for the Dolphins this afternoon. So it'll now be Mount St. Mary basketball, down by 8. We head to 6 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter. A nice play by Tadero to come back and steal the ball away. Tadero with the basketball now for the Dolphins. Tadero drives inside, kicks it out over to Rogers. Her layup is up, no good, but she'll draw the foul. Dolphins playing a real strong game here defensively this afternoon and really giving Mount St. Mary all types of trouble. And it's going to be Jada Rogers to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 here for the Dolphins. As her first free throw is up and in. Dolphins 7 of 8 now from the free throw line here this afternoon. 1 more upcoming for Rogers. 8 of 9 for the Dolphins. And the Dolphins have used that to open their lead back up to 10 with 5 minutes and 44 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter. Pace. Long cross-court pass. The open three-pointers, an air ball, and another rebound. Grabbed by Tadero for the Dolphins. 15 rebounds for Diana Tadero here this afternoon to go along with her 15 points. Rubisky driving down the lane and drawing the foul. Big, strong, aggressive move that time by Brianna. She took that ball to the basket. She'll draw the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line as Lauren Desrates will pick up the personal, her third. As Rubisky's free throw is up and in, she'll have 1 more coming for the Dolphins. Brianna came in shooting 55% from the free throw line, but she hits a pass, and the Dolphins have really helped themselves from the free throw line all afternoon here today. As they're now 10 of 11, and they lead by 12, their biggest lead of the afternoon. Tough pass is going to go into the backcourt, and now off of the good defense by the Dolphins, they caused the Mount St. Mary turnover as the Dolphins defense has really turned up the intensity here in the fourth quarter as they will have the basketball and a 12-point lead as we've now hit the midway point in this fourth quarter. Schmitter, that long three-pointer is up, no good. Ball tipped around, and the rebound grabbed by Mount St. Mary as they're able to come down the floor as Vodka is able to lay it up and in. So big shot off the big turnaround, and now the Dolphins turn the ball right back over. So The Dolphins with a 12-point lead, miss an opportunity, and now turn it over. And now we're going to have a timeout taken on the floor with 4 minutes, 36 seconds remaining. It'll be a full timeout. Let's step aside, take a break. 65-55 the score. You're watching women's basketball coverage on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island. Be sure to check out the Kettle Black's monthly calendar of events, only at kettleblackbar.com.
We're back. Mount St. Mary with the basketball down by 10 as we're heading towards crunch time here this afternoon. Let's see if the Dolphins can get a big stop here off the timeout. They do, as Tadero able to steal the ball once again, and she's really played a very strong all-around game here for the Dolphins, as she has 5 steals to go along with her 15 points and 15 rebounds. Rubisky feeds it inside to Rogers. Rogers bounce pass inside to McEwen, who's able to hit the over the shoulder reverse layup and lay it up and in. Big basket there by Megan McEwen. She now has 11 on the afternoon for the Dolphins, and she will go to the free throw line with an opportunity to give the Dolphins their biggest lead of the afternoon. Dolphins have done very well from the free throw line here this afternoon, as they're 10 of 11, and then McEwen misses that one. So it's Knights with the basketball now, inside of 4 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter. Knights need a basket here. Dolphins looking for a defensive stop as that shot is up, no good. And this time it's Rogers coming up with the big defensive rebound for the Dolphins. And Dolphins have gotten a nice all-around effort out on the floor. Jada with her 7th rebound of the night. Rogers, stutter step, driving down the lane. That shot's up, no good. And now we're going to have a traveling violation called on Mount St. Mary, as Marina Volka can't believe that call. But it's going to be a turnover here for Mount St. Mary. That was a tough call that time on Mount St. Mary, but the Dolphins will take it, and they'll have the basketball now with 20 seconds remaining here on the shot clock, as it's McEwen inside to Schmitter. Bounce pass goes back out over to McEwen. McEwen's tough shot is no good, but there's Tadero. Her shot's no good. Her rebound is up. That's no good. And now we're going to have a loose ball foul. A lot of contact inside. Nice hustle that time by Tadero, but unable to complete the shot, and it's going to be Mount St. Mary basketball down by 12, but the clock continues to run down now with just 3 minutes and 17 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter. Pace driving inside against Rogers. She gets the block, but gets called for the foul. So Rogers going to get called with the body. Is for Jada, that's going to be her second. And that's going to send Lindsay Pace to the free throw line to shoot 2 here for Mount St. Mary. As Pace's first free throw is up, no good. She's a 65% free throw shooter coming into the game here today, but Mount St. Mary has struggled really from the free throw line all afternoon long. Her second free throw is up and in, so she splits the pair, and it's an 11-point Dolphin lead with 3:07 remaining as the Dolphins able to get the ball inbounds as it's McEwen. McEwen over to Tadero. Dolphins should be in no hurry as Tadero rushing that shot up. No foul and no call. And now it's Mount St. Mary with the basketball as the Dolphins not taking advantage of the shot clock. And they allow the offensive rebound and the layup is up and in. So with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, Mount St. Mary cuts the Dolphin lead down to 9, and they'll go to the free throw line with an opportunity to make it an 8-point game with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining as Dolphins rush their last possession. No reason to do that with the lead as that free throw is up no good. And the Dolphins now with a 9-point lead, 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining as Mount St. Mary missing another free throw that's really cost them here this afternoon. Schmidt looking to work it inside. Rogers' pass is knocked away as the Dolphins rushing a little bit under some intense Mount St. Mary's pressure. 24-15 is the turnover story. Dolphins inbound now with 14 on the shot clock and 2:25 remaining as McEwen looks to slow things down. McEwen over to Rogers. Rogers inside against 3 Knight defenders, and that's up no good. And the rebound grab by Mount St. Mary. Pace with the basketball. Pace working it up over to Wolf. Wolf working the ball out into the corner. Dolphins doing a nice job defending as we approach 2 minutes remaining. Nice revert layup that time by Boca, and that makes it a 7-point game. McEwen feeding the ball up over to Rubisky as Rubisky is able to bring the ball across the midcourt line, and now the Dolphins pass is turned over once again, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul. That will be the 4th team foul on the Dolphins, as it's going to be Rogers picking up her 3rd foul. So off of another Dolphin turnover, it'll be Mount St. Mary basketball with minute 47 remaining, and it's going to be a timeout taken here by the Dolphins. It's a 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it right here where the Dolphins lead by a score of 67-60. The Dolphins had gotten the lead up to 67-55. Mount St. Mary has scored the last 5 points as the Dolphins have turned the ball up over a couple of times, and for some reason they all of a sudden seem very unsettled on offense and really rushing things. They had a couple of opportunities to really run the shot clock down. They've been unable to do so, and they've also had a couple of late turnovers. And let's see if Mount St. Mary can make this a 2-possession game as they have the basketball now with 1 minute and 47 seconds remaining. And here we go. Tabasco, Bolta, Pace. They work the ball around the perimeter now. They've worked 12 seconds off the shot clock now. Good defensive job here by the Dolphins as driving in and missing the layup and coming up big with another rebound is Diana Tadero for the Dolphins. As now it's the Dolphins with the basketball as it's going to go out of bounds, and it will remain Dolphin basketball with 23 seconds to shoot, a minute 20 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Still a 3-possession game as we're going to have a whistle as Coach Colleen Ames will take a timeout here for Mount St. Mary. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So once again, we're going to keep it right here where the CSI Dolphins, who came into the game here this afternoon with a 2-7 record against the 6-1 Mount St. Mary's Knights, have done a real nice job in the second half, opening their lead to as many as 12, and after closing the first half on a 17-6 run, find themselves with a 7-point lead, possession of the basketball, 23 seconds on the shot clock, and 1 minute, 23 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter. Schmidt to inbound the basketball now for the Dolphins, as the Dolphins able to inbound the ball to Tadero, as Tadero will draw the foul, and she's going to go to the actually it'll be the Dolphins to inbound the basketball. I believe that's 14 fouls. It is. So the Dolphins will get to inbound now with 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock. as the Dolphins get the ball inbounds to McEwen, as McEwen's going to draw the foul with 1:16 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter, and Megan will go to the free throw line here to shoot 2, as that foul is going to be called against Toriana Tabasco. As McEwen shoots 2, her first free throw is up and in. She has 12. Megan, an 86% free throw shooter coming into the game this afternoon, as the Dolphins have done well from the free throw line all afternoon long. As McEwen's second free throw is up and in, and the Dolphins now lead by a score of 69-60 with 1:16 seconds remaining in the game. Mount St. Mary needs a basket on this possession. Tabasco working the ball inside. That tough layup is up, no good, and they're grabbing the rebound once again for the Dolphins is Tadero, as she'll get the ball back up over to Rogers. Dolphins doing a nice job running down the shot clock as they'll feed it over to Tadero, who wisely backs the ball out now with 14 on the shot clock. McEwen, Dolphins don't need to shoot, and Mount St. Mary allows 20 seconds to run off the shot clock before fouling, and with 47.9 seconds remaining, Megan McEwen will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, and if she can hit one of these 2 free throws, she will make it a 4-possession game. First free throw is up and in, and the Dolphins lead by 10 once again. One more free throw upcoming. And that free throw is up and in as McEwen hits both. The Dolphins continue to hit their free throws, and Mount St. Mary's going to take a timeout, but we're going to keep it right here, Paul, with under a minute remaining in this game, and the Dolphins with an 11-point lead, and it's going to take a late miracle by Mount St. Mary to get back in this game, but what an effort by the CSI women's basketball team here this afternoon, as they really came out and played by far their best game here of this 2019-2020 season. And, you know, it's really been Diana Tadero who's really done a great job for the Dolphins. 15 points, 19 rebounds, 6 steals, and 5 assists for Tadero. Megan McEwen with 15 points for the Dolphins. A real strong second half for Megan as she's come up big for the Dolphins. Dolphins shooting 14 of 16 from the floor. Kayla Schmidt getting off a great start for the Dolphins, scoring their first 11 points. Jada Rogers with a big game here this afternoon, and Brianna Rubisky with 11 rebounds for the Dolphins as well. What a great all-around effort for this CSI women's basketball team here this afternoon, and they're just under 48 seconds remaining for getting a great win and sending them into the holiday break, coming off of a big win. As that long three-pointer is up, no good. Tabasco there to grab the rebound, and they're going to draw the foul, and that's going to send Mount St. Mary to the free throw line with just over 40 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter. Kayla Schmidt will check in for Brianna Rubisky, as it's going to be Toriana Tabasco going to the free throw line here for Mount St. Mary. Toriana, we mentioned before, a 57% free throw shooter coming in this afternoon, and boy, the free throws have hurt Mount St. Mary all afternoon long. They've just not done a good job from the free throw line here this afternoon, and it's really hurt them as Tabasco second free throw is up, no good, and a defensive rebound grabbed by Tadero, and now the Dolphins are going to call timeout with 40 seconds remaining, but with an 11-point lead and possession of the ball, the Dolphins find themselves in real strong position here this afternoon. It's Tadero now credited with 20 rebounds officially, and what a performance here from the CSI Dolphins as they lead by a score of 71-60 in what will be their final game until after the New Year's, and they'll be back in action on January 6th against York College. But Dolphins coming in with a 2-7 record, looking to bounce back off of that tough loss against Molloy College earlier this week at the Tank. on Wednesday night, and they've come out and really played a strong game all afternoon long. And, we mentioned they fell down early in the second quarter, fell down by a score of 29-20, but were able to close out that first half on a 17-6 run and came out strong in the second half and have never relinquished their lead since going into halftime with a 2-point lead, as it's McEwen with the basketball now for the Dolphins. McEwen over to Rogers. Dolphins would be smart here to just hold on to the basketball with 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock. McEwen wisely kicking the ball back out to Schmidt. Schmidt, no reason to put it up, but she lays it up and she's able to get the ball to the basket and lay it up and in. Strong game for Schmidt as well. She has 17, and the Dolphins lead by 13, 73-60, as the clock continues to wind down now inside of 10 seconds remaining. That long three-pointer by Tabasco is up no good, and what do you know, Diana Tadero, another rebound. Diana's 21st rebound of the afternoon, as she came off of a double-digit rebound game in the game against Malloy and really came out. But Kayla Schmitter and Tadero really set the tone of the game for the Dolphins here this afternoon, as Diana will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 for CSI. First is up and in. She'll have one more upcoming. 16 on the afternoon now for Diana. Her second free throw is up, no good. The Knights grab the rebound as the clock winds down, and that's going to do it. The College of Staten Island coming out and defending their home floor here at the Tank, as they're able to defeat the 6-1 Mount St. Mary Knights, and they up their record now to 3-7, as they are able to defeat Mount St. Mary by a final score of 74-60. So big offensive night here for the Dolphins. They're able to put up 74 points on their home floor and really able to come and play a strong game here this afternoon, as the Dolphins able to win by a final score of 74-60. And we're going to have Diana Tadero come over and join us, as Diana coming off of a monster game here this afternoon for the CSI Dolphins here this afternoon, as the Dolphins able to defeat Mount St. Mary. Diana, first of all, congratulations. A big win against a tough opponent here this afternoon.
Thank you. Yes, we worked very hard. It was a good win.
Diana, you're coming off of back-to-back double-digit rebounds, 21 rebounds tonight to go along with your 16 points. Team's really starting to play well. What are you guys looking to do heading into the Christmas break?
Just keep up working hard, at practice, just playing our game, having confidence, and, we'll get more wins.
Diana, it's been an interesting first half of the season for you guys. A lot of Division II opponents. What do you think about playing in Division II, and what has the whole experience been like so far?
It's been tough coming out, but, it's just a learning experience, and every day we're just getting better. So it's good. It's been going good.
Congratulations, Diana, and have a Merry Christmas and
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year. We'll see you January
You too.
6th.
Thank you very much.
That's Diana Tadero, nice enough to come over and join us here this afternoon. Tadero putting up monster numbers for the Dolphins, finishing with 21 rebounds, finishing with 16 points. She had 6 steals. I think she had 5 assists as well, as the Dolphins have come out really with their best all-around effort here this afternoon, as they're able to defeat Mount St. Mary by a final score here this afternoon of 74-60, as that will be the final women's basketball game. The men's team is about to get started. They're up in Pleasantville, New York, as they will play Pace University beginning in about a half hour or so. So if you go to the CSI Dolphin website and follow the links, you'll be able to watch that game as well. But what an effort here for the CSI Dolphins as they come out, play a really strong game, and really show you what this team is capable of. And if they could get this kind of production out of Diana Tadero, who really struggled with foul trouble early in the season, just staying out on the floor, but you really see the amount of talent and toughness and leadership that she can bring out to this team. Kayla Schmidt coming out, scoring the first 11 points of the game for the Dolphins. Brianna Rubisky finishing in double digits in rebounds. Jada Rogers, a strong all-around game for the floor here, from the field, rebounding the basketball for the Dolphins. And the Dolphins really just getting a strong all-around effort from the entire team this afternoon as they're able to wrap things up and win this game by a final score of 74-60. So that's going to wrap things up here this afternoon. Paul Barachina back here at CSI Sportsnet after an extended absence, doing the engineer duty here this afternoon. Joe Foreman and Samantha Flecker across the floor. So that's going to do it. This is going to be our final broadcast, everybody, before the holidays. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Have a happy holidays, and we'll be back to bring you Tournament of Heroes coverage right here on CSI Sportsnet. I'm sure we'll be covering all 4 of those broadcasts beginning on December 27th and 28th, and then we'll be back to bring you women's basketball coverage beginning in 2020. So that's going to wrap things up here from the tank. Once again, the final score, the College of Staten Island winners of 3 out of their last 4 here in the month of December as they defeat Mount St. Mary by a final score of 74-60. Have a great holiday, everybody, and we'll see you for the Tournament of Heroes. Awesome.